Hi guys, it's checkacola Matt. Today I'll be reviewing Star Wars Rogue One. This will have spoilers in it, so if you have not seen the movie, please click away. I don't want to spoil the movie for you, but if you've seen the original trilogy and the prequels, it won't be very big spoilers because it's basically sandwiched in between the prequels and the original series. So I'll say what's good about the movie, what's bad about the movie, what I think could be changed, and maybe the future of the movies in Star Wars universe. So what's a little bad about the movie? I'd say Darth Vader. The Darth Vader scenes are basically like The Force Awakens with Luke. You could cut the Darth Vader scenes right out of the whole movie. He's in the movie maybe 2 times. Once on Mufasa, I think is how you say it, where he actually got his arms and legs cut off in episode 3 by Obi-Wan, and at the very end of the movie. So the Mufasa scene is really just him talking, not really that big. He does use a force choke, which is the first time I've seen him use a force choke on the big screen. Very good. I've never seen the original series on the big screen. I'm way too young. And then at the end, when the rebels actually stole the Death Star plans, he actually gets on the ship with the plans, and then one rebel has a CD or a data and he's running and they close the door, and then he pulls out his red lightsaber and he kills all the rebels except for one, who hands it to another rebel, and he escapes. And then you see Darth Vader at the end looking at the ship as it flies away with a disc in it. And then here's another problem. On the ship with the disc, Princess Leia is on there. Young Princess Leia. So they made a hologram of Princess Leia. Young Princess Leia. And then in the end she says, it gives us hope, or it'll allow us to have hope. Which is very weird, because it kind of goes outside of the original Star Wars, like episode 4, A New Hope, where they actually got a beam to the ship instead of getting like a disc, which is a little weird. And I'm not too sure if CP3O and R2-D2 are actually with Princess Leia at the time, or they go back to the rebel base, pick them up, and try and escape from the Star Destroyer. It's really not too clear, but they may be on the ship or they may not be on the ship. If they're not on the ship, that's a huge plot hole, because Princess Leia is running with the Death Star plans. So if she goes back to the rebel base, basically Darth Vader is following her, so they'd kill all the rebels. They'd have to escape with just to get CP3O and R2-D2, so it's a whole big mess. Another thing, okay, the Death Star. They fire the Death Star 2 times in this movie. Once to destroy a city where they mine the crystals, the same crystals that are used in lightsabers. That's a big no-no. It's very strange. That was never said before in the original trilogy, I do not think. So they have lightsabers, the crystals, which was said before, how they made the lightsaber from the crystals. But the Death Star weapon has never before, to my knowledge, had anything to do with lightsabers. So they added that, which is a whole big plot hole. And the second time when they use the Death Star in the movie, they destroy an Empire base. Yes, an Empire base. This is the Empire base where they stole the Death Star plans. So they were actually too late. They stole the Death Star plans by beaming them up to the Rebel Alliance ship, and then they put it on a disc and they got it out of there. And then they actually blew up that Empire base. So it was kind of just ridiculous there. They blew up the base and the plans were already gone, so they didn't really save anything. Also, if you're expecting any characters to come back for a sequel or maybe like add-ons in the series, no. Every single one dies in this movie. Jin, the captain, the Imperial guy, all the rebels, the samurai guy, his friend, everyone, they die. Forrest Whitaker's character, they die. So basically, Disney, or Lucas Films, I guess if you want to like that, they just kill everyone off so you can go into A New Hope. The only people that you actually do need for A New Hope that are in this movie, I would say, are Darth Vader and Princess Leia and CP3O and R2-D2. Many of the other characters you can just kill off. Some of, I guess, the Empire guys, they're in the New Hope, but they don't have like big roles like Princess Leia and Darth Vader in the movie series. So other than that, those are my big problems. The movie, it's actually a pretty good movie. I'd say if you like action space movies, it's science fiction or science fantasy. It does not take place in, like, I guess everyone knows, like the solar system. It's in a galaxy far, far away. And actually the fighting is very good in this movie. There's two guys. The one guy, he's blind, and the other guy, he's like his gunner. The blind guy, he's very good with a stick, and he say, "May the force be with me, may the force be with me," and he's very good like a samurai. And his other friend is the guy who like snipes the guys that he can't see, but he can hear with his mind maybe. And then at the end battle is probably the best part of the movie, minus the Darth Vader part. You got all your Rebel Alliance, all the Empire, they got AT-ST, they got AT-AT, they got everything coming at these Rebel Alliance guys on their base, trying to stop them. Because they actually got to their base, where the Citadel is, with everything for the Empire. So all the information for the Empire is on this base. And the Rebel Alliance actually got there by stealing an Imperial ship. And then they go through the shield, you know, they get a code, you know, this code is old but it still works, you know, go through, and they land. And Jin, K2, and the captain, they go to the Citadel to get the Death Star plans, and everyone else fights the Empire, you know, to give them time to upload the link. So, and actually, it's very interesting. Actually, some X-Wings, I wasn't expecting that. I got my little Lego X-Wing. Some X-Wings actually get through the shield, and they help the rebels on the ground. And they actually get through the shield, and then you got your TIE fighters, and they pew, 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 pew. So they go at it, and that fight's actually pretty good. The X-Wing TIE fighter fight's pretty good. And they kill some, you know, AT-AT, AT-STs, they got them down. But overall, this movie is interesting, but I'd say out of a score of 1 to 10, maybe a 7. You know, -3 for a bunch of plot holes. But as an action movie, it'd probably be like a 10 out of 10 if you took away the Star Wars. You just add like other science fiction. But when you add in the Star Wars and the lore, maybe it leaves some plot holes. So you gotta minus some points. So a 7 out of 10. Like, but everyone dies. There's no character who's going to come back after this movie, you know, a spin-off like K2SO movie or Jin movie, Captain movie. No, they're all dead. Basically, everyone dies. That's like the moral of the story of this movie. Everyone dies except for the people who are in A New Hope. But I guess they had to do that because of what's going to happen, you know. It seems like A New Hope starts maybe within like a day or a month or even immediately after this new movie ends. So if that happens, you know, it's like, where's Jin? Where's the captain? Where's the droids? How are they there 1 minute and then not there in like the original movies? So they had to kill everyone. It's very interesting too. There's no mention of like Boba Fett, Jabba the Hutt, you know, all those guys from the original movies. There's like Han Solo, Chewbacca, all those guys. There is a couple cameos, I'd say. Like Princess Leia's dad, who adopts her from episode 3. He's in there. And they run into a couple guys on in the mine that are actually in episode 4. Who else? They do talk about Obi-Wan, about the Clone Wars for a little bit, and they talk about Princess Leia for a bit. And then, I guess, CP3O and R2-D2, maybe they got like one line. You know, all the rebels are flying off to save the, like, Jin and make them get the plans. And then you got CP3O and R2-D2. Oh, I guess we're going here. And you see all the planes fly away. All the starships, the X-Wings, I guess. And then there is a pretty actually good space battle with the Death Death Star in the background, but you got Star Destroyers, and one actually goes down, and they push them into each other, and they blow up the shield and all this stuff. It's a pretty good movie. So 7 out of 10, but the plot holes, lots. There are a lot of plot holes in this. They integrated some Star Wars Rebels into this, which is kind of cool. And they had maybe that game from A New Hope. I think it's from A New Hope. On the Millennium Falcon, like the chess game. But they actually use pieces in this movie, which is strange. Because the Millennium Falcon actually would be pretty old compared to like the technology that they're using in this Rogue One. Because Rogue One basically connects to A New Hope. So it would have the same technology or more as the Millennium Falcon. Because I'm assuming the Millennium Falcon was pretty old in A New Hope. So I don't know why they would be playing the chess with just like wood pieces or like granite pieces. So that's another plot hole. Also, the Death Star firing. I'm pretty sure in A New Hope that was like the first time they ever used the weapon. Well, I guess they can maybe move it back and say that's the first time the weapon actually was fully used and blew up planet Alderaan. But in Rogue One, they use it 2 times to blow up 2 bases, so that's a little plot hole. Other than that, you know, it's a good movie, but compared to like Star Wars movies, it's probably, I don't know, I'd say the original trilogy is better. Maybe episode 2, 3 are better. The Force, the one that came out last year, better. I think this one is maybe on the same lines as The Phantom Menace. Some people might not agree with that, but this movie, it doesn't need to be made, you know. Everyone knows A New Hope. This is basically just a filler movie. So, 7 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Do you guys see the movie? What did you guys think of the movie? You can leave comments down below what you thought about the movie. If you found any Easter eggs that I missed or anything. How do you think it's going to go on in the future? Actually, that's another topic. The future of Star Wars. Maybe they should, you know, stay away from the Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, Chewbacca, like those guys. It'd be interesting to see maybe like a Boba Fett, like, you know, a bad guy who we don't know really much about. If you watch the original trilogy, like Boba Fett, he's not really in the movie much and he dies really fast. It'd be interesting to see a Boba Fett movie, but like a Han Solo, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, then you're pushing it again with the lore and you get plot holes and you got all this stuff. So again, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, checkacola out.